Imagine a man being left on the sand of a burning desert, with a stone on his chest. And yet there is only one word in his face, Ahad, Ahad. God is one. Short biography of Hazrat Bilal are: full name Bilal ibn Rabah, Ray. Surname Abu Abdullah. Place of birth Mecca Mukarrama. Ancestry, he was a Habshi, Ethiopian. Location, he was a slave of a cruel infidel named Umayyad ibn Khalaf. Conversion to Islam, he was one of the earliest Muslims. It was only when the light of Islam first spread that he responded to the call of the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. Reasons for accepting Islam. Bilal, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, was impressed by the truthfulness of the Prophet Kareem. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, the purity of his character, and the call of the Tawhites to Islam. He realized that Allah is one and idolatry is a false path. It is from this belief that he accepted Islam. The hardships you have to endure after accepting Islam. Bilal was subjected to unimaginable persecution after he converted to Islam, as the infidels of Makkah at that time would persecute the new Muslims. 1. Brutal torture in the chain of slavery. His master Umayyad ibn Khalaf would beat him, leave him on burning sand, and sometimes throw huge stones at his back. 2. Punishment in the hot desert. In the scorching sun of Mecca, he was thrown on the sand. Heavy stones were placed on his chest and said, "Deny Muhammad and his God." But Bilal answered, "Ahad, Ahad." That is one. Allah is one. This was a sign of his faith. 3. Physical abuse and humiliation. He was sometimes handed to children and made fun of them, sometimes tied to chains, but never came out of his mouth except the word Ahad. Freedom and respect. When Prophet Kareem, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, received news of all these afflictions, Hazrat brought Bilal, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, free with Abu Bakr, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. As a mujahideen, Bilal, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, was the first mujahideen of Islam. The Prophet Kareem, may Allah bless him and grant him peace. His voice was very touching and deep. He used to pray to the Prophet in the Mosque of Medina, and his love for the Prophet was boundless. Duration. Bilal, passed away in Damascus, Syria in 640 AD, 20 Hijri. At the time of his death, his face was tomorrow Fawzan. That is, today's release, today's success. Conclusion. Hazrat Bilal, teaches us, the power of faith does not depend on money, status, or nation. If God's will is to be done on earth, it will be done. His life is a source of inspiration. For Muslims, a symbol of perseverance in the path of truth.